Connecting culture through food. High up in the iconic Mogan Mountain, where the natural beauty soothes the soul, Chef Barend Greyling is hard at work, doing what he loves. The South African is the executive chef at a luxury resort that caters to the wealthy seeking respite from the urban buzz of nearby Shanghai and other cities. Born in Cape Town, Barend has lived a dream on Mogan Mountain for several years. He cooks, creates, tends his herb garden, runs in the forest and learns from the locals.
My name is Barend Greyling. I'm a South African-born chef, and we are here in China, in Mogan in the mountains. I've been lucky enough to be here for the last 2.5 years, and I would love to show you around. I've never heard of Mogan before I came to China, and I think as many foreigners and foreign chefs, we don't really have an idea how rich in culture, food-wise and culturally, the people in China live and eat and their everyday life. So I was pleasantly surprised. You know, the picture and the information I had about China was very limiting, and Chinese food was very limited to a Chinese restaurant in Cape Town, which is completely different than the reality that we actually find up here.
Chef Barend has learned lots from the local farmers. He's intrigued and in tune with their crops and planting seasons, and adjusts his menu accordingly.
We're just gonna see what they have, what's in season, what's new. What we usually do, we make sure we come here once a week or once every 2 weeks and do just a little bit of market research. And then we deal with our suppliers for daily delivery from here, so we don't have to come here every day. All the farmers, you know, every little piece of land where you can plant something, you'll find that somebody's planting some sort of vegetable that they're going to use, and you can follow their advice and look at what they're planting, basing your menu for the next season on the local ingredients that's going to be available. That changed my way of compiling and composing menus, because prior to working here, everything was almost available year-round. As a chef, we always try and pride ourselves that we are seasonal, but seasonal cooking really came to the forefront here in Mogan. I'm not sure what's in there, but it's damn nice. Seasonal food, especially in Mogan, as you look around, you know, it's famous for its bamboo. So the bamboo season is very short. Bamboo season in the beginning of spring, you have about 4 weeks to pick and use that. So on the menu, we'll use things like fresh bamboo only for a certain period of time. It's amazing how it forces you to really think outside the box and really connect with your seasons and nature. Whereas in the city, you have choice all year round. It's not really something you keep in mind that much. Even though, as a chef, you always try and be seasonal, it's out of choice. Why here in Mogan, we're definitely being forced to use that to our advantage.
From time to time, Barend prepares special evenings to showcase the cuisine of South Africa. Tonight he'll create a fusion dish using fresh bamboo shoots from local farmers to reinvent oxtail potjie, a South African classic.
One of my favorite dishes I like to cook here in China is what we call the oxtail poiki. Back in South Africa, it's a very traditional dish when we celebrate something, or when we have family members over for Christmas, or when we have a lot of people coming around. We'll make a fire outside and have this big cast iron pot where we cook oxtail in for about 3, 4, 5 hours on an open fire. Doing that in China was a little bit challenging because there's not a lot of cooking on fire, but we managed to find good wood and a lot of charcoal, and we found good oxtail. I'm going to give it at least 3 hours. First of all, thank you very much for having me, Kikaboni. It's the first time I actually work in the kitchen. I'm looking forward to tonight. Tonight is a South African evening, South African chef table. And the reason for that, or the thinking behind this, is just to introduce people a little bit to South African ingredients and what we used to eating and cooking when we... We substitute potatoes, which is very traditional, used in South Africa, for fresh bamboo shoots. I think that adds something familiar to the customers, while it doesn't change the flavor as much. Instead of using spinach in South Africa, which is very common, I'll use shepherd's purse, which is a wild vegetable growing in Mogan Mountain. The response from the customers is amazing. And the response from South Africans is interesting and amazing as well, because we don't change the basis of the dish, even though the ingredients are all local ingredients and locally sourced.
Like all inventive, curious chefs, Barend's work can sometimes be all-consuming. At Mogan Mountain, he's learned to balance the pleasures of his work with a passion for fitness. His daily routine has 3 distinct phases.
Run, run, sleep, work, work, sleep, run, sleep, work, sleep, run, vegetable, run, sleep, work, work, sleep, and that's it. So I've learned through the years that it's very important to have a balanced life, to try and be healthy, to eat healthy, to get exercise, to try and leave the kitchen and work behind. And for example, I love ultra running. I go and run in the mornings for as long as possible, because for me it's a kind of meditation. It really clears my mind, and it takes me away from the stress. So when I do go back, I feel healthy, I feel refreshed, I feel inspired, I feel creative, and I feel connected with the universe, put it that way.
While the natural environment of Mogan Mountain provides plenty of grist for the body, mind and soul, Barend isn't above exploring the other side of the mountain and picking up ideas from local village eateries.
And then I have a couple of really good French chefs that work with me, which will take me to local restaurants that, as a foreigner, maybe on my own, I would never experience. There's no menus, there's no English writing, so having somebody, and especially a chef, that appreciates food and good quality food and honest cooking, it opened up a lot of experiences for me. This place has amazing little food. 西瓜，哎呀，谢谢，可以，
地上搞的鞋子啊都有了。
好，西瓜，啊，可以啊。好，谢谢呢。
这
Let's see what we have. Douglas, give me a hand there. And then at night, maybe 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we'll wash our hands and hang up the apron. And then in the mountains, there's not a lot of choice. You know, there's only so much you can do, which is amazing because it gives you then time to go and explore a little bit of the smaller villages. Yeah, that was the one we picked today, actually. And the small villages have amazing little restaurants, you know, run by the farmers, run by the grandma, run by the family. It's mostly produce that they grow themselves. The chickens is free range, it runs around. So very little of the restaurants actually have suppliers. A lot of these restaurants is farm to table to customer, which is a concept as a chef I think more of us internationally can learn something from. How amazing they get this in their own garden. I love that. And the okra. Okra is something we don't really know in South Africa either. You have, but people are not very familiar. So it's a vegetable I definitely start using over here a lot more nowadays. You know, the mileage food travel from where it's produced until it actually reached the customer, I think areas like this in China is a very good example for us to follow. And I do think it's very sustainable as well. So no, I take my chef's hat off. Living in Mogashan as a chef has definitely got a couple of challenges, but I think I'm very lucky in a way as well. Being so remote and not being in a city where it's easy to actually get produce, get suppliers, we are forced to think and to connect really with nature and local farmers and local produce. You know, really respecting seasonal produce, really respecting the rainfall and the change of the weather and the change of the seasons, which then change the produce that's available to you to use in the kitchen.